Let's welcome the famous 20th century educator, Vasily Alexandrovich Sukhomlinsky. His life was short, but magnificent. In a 32-year educational career, he authored 40 specialized pedagogical works, over 600 articles, and more than 1,200 children's short stories. Today, we will discuss with this practitioner of humanitarian education theory, who explored it with his life, what true education is. Здравствуйте, господин Сухомлинский.
Здравствуй, старший брат.
Mr. Sukhomlinsky, you are a role model for many educators. Can you share with us how you define education?
The true purpose of education is to cultivate a love for the good things in life within every child's heart.
You mentioned love. Is love really that important?
I believe love is the cornerstone of education and an essential part of it. It's not only a part of the curriculum, but also central to the method of teaching. Teachers should love their students and inspire their interests and enthusiasm for learning through this love.
What role do you think teachers play?
Teachers are not just transmitters of knowledge, but also guides for moral and emotional development in students. A teacher's personality also shapes the students' personalities. Only a teacher full of spirit and morality can respect and cultivate the individuality of their students. Conversely, a teacher without any distinctive qualities will raise students without any special characteristics.
What do you think should be the first thing teachers teach students?
Teaching students to think comes first. The priority in a student's mental work should not be rote learning or memorizing others' thoughts, but allowing students to think for themselves and engage in lively creativity.
Think about what?
In my view, true education begins when a person is inspired by ideals, can understand oneself, reflect on the meaning and purpose of one's life, and examine who one is and who one should become.
A wonderful philosophy. It's a pity that many teachers today only focus on students' scores.
A person is like a flower with 7 colors, and learning is just one petal. With only this petal, life is not only monotonous, but problematic. If we always judge a person by scores, they won't be encouraged to be good people. Subjects, knowledge, and scores are just part of the many areas of a person's spiritual life, and are far from the whole of education. The highest goal of education is to enrich the spiritual world of youth. My students do not learn by rote. Instead, they engage in vibrant intellectual activities through play, stories, beauty, music, fantasy, and creation. I hope they can become travelers, discoverers, and creators in this world.
I share that hope, but where do we start to make a change?
True education starts with the quality of the educator. An educator's personality, beliefs, and the wealth of their spiritual life can inspire every learner to introspect, reflect, and control themselves. True education actually starts right there.
That's quite a demand on the teaching community.
Indeed, it's not low. I think the greatest danger for a teacher is the emptiness of their own intellect and the lack of spiritual wealth.
They can take a look at your book, Advice for Teachers.
The teaching profession is a science of studying people, and one must continuously delve into the complex world of the human spirit. The greatest joy for a teacher should be to dedicate their spiritual strength to others. Education must see the person and focus on the individual.
Well said. People are not a means to education, but the end goal of education itself. Thank you for your guidance, Mr. Sukhomlinsky.